But let's put focus then on some stock-specific action. The monsoons have arrived in India, and the consumption story is really where we're seeing some amount of focus. Capital goods, power stocks, also what investors are looking to perhaps find opportunities in. Let's connect then with Vineeta Sharma of Narnolia Financial Advisors to get a sense of where we should be putting our money as we move forward in the markets from here, and get a few top investment ideas as well from Vineeta. Welcome to the show, Vineeta, and let me start with the big consumption name that you have, one of the top movers that we've seen so far this week as well, and that's Britannia. What is the rationale here? What is the kind of target that you see for Britannia?
So, see, FMCG as such, there has been, the volume growth has become tepid and margins are on the lower side of what we have been expecting so far due to poor demand and from the rural as well as urban areas. But, we have picked Britannia because from here on, we considered all those companies which are continuing to increase their distribution reach through further penetration and through new product launches for the company which is able to grab a better market share for itself will be the one which should keep riding the better cycle of it. And for that reason we have Britannia as our top pick, because already the volume growth was around 7%. The innovation contribution, the new products that the company is launching, that is around 4.5% right now, which the company is planning to take it to 9% going forward for FY20. Plus there are commercialization of new lines at its plant of Ranjangaon, and from where the new innovation products for premium cookies or some premium cream, health, dairy adjacent business in FY20 will continue. The overall distribution reach is now to 2.1 million outlets. The rural reach has increased from 18,100, which was around 14,400. So new product launches, better distribution reach, also cost efficiency, which can be seen into Britannia. So these are the three things which make it to a top pick in that segment.
All right. In fact, if we pull up the monthly chart of Britannia, it gives you a clear idea of the kind of recovery that we have seen play out for this one. In just the last month alone, we're up about 13% or so as far as Britannia Industries is concerned. Well, let's move on then. FMCG, that's a pure play FMCG name coming in from Vineeta as far as Britannia is concerned. Capital goods is really the other sector. After the kind of BJP manifesto that we saw come out, there's an expectation that infra will be a big push from the government, and one name that stands out is of course L&T. Vineeta, we've already seen fairly strong traction come in on L&T. Why does this remain your preferred pick? What is the rationale here, and of course what's the target that you're looking at?
So one, L&T, because all the business segments of L&T, be it the infrastructure, the hydrocarbon, the services, all the segments particularly are doing very well. Secondly, on the order book front for the entire construction or capital goods or infrastructure segment, we are aware that the order book will start flowing after second quarter of FY20, and the management is already guided for around 10 to 12% growth in the order book, 15 to 20% growth in the revenues for such a large company. That kind of a growth with a stable margin going forward. Also, the working capital stress is supposed to be cooled down. It will get down to around 18% is the targeted ratio is what they are expecting. The bid pipeline for overall is very good. That is around 9 to 10 lakh crore, and the company's strike rate is also around 20%. So 4.5 lakh crore of bid pipeline from infrastructure alone, and out of it 1 lakh crore from power T&D, 0.5 lakh crore from power generation, around 2.5 lakh from hydrocarbon business. So we are seeing good pipeline, and that has to materialize in the second half. Till then, I think for most of the construction company, till the order books have not flowed in, I think the execution is what they are all at least extract the best of the revenues that at present that they can have. So I think L&T is is a clear top bet and top beneficiary for us to ride on the infrastructure boom or infrastructure policy changes that government will bring in. So we have to wait and watch as to how the order books flows in. But we remain quite positive with the stable government now. We are positive on the order book flows also.
All right, so fairly positive as far as the order book is concerned. That will remain a focus area as far as L&T goes. In the last month, if you pull up the monthly chart once again, this has been one of the frontline names that has been moving up very smartly, up about 14%, in fact 16% jump coming in on L&T in just the last month alone. The final name that you have on your list, Vineeta, is KALPATARU, and you see a target. In fact, we've been seeing a consensus call come in, a buy call come in for KALPATARU. The PAR space has been in focus. We've seen some updates coming on the Feb 12th circular front, or rather the revised framework. That too has been some kind of positive trigger as far as the power sector goes. But talk to us about what you're liking as far as KALPATARU is concerned.
So KALPATARU Power, one part is the Power T&D, which is the main business of the company. That is really that is also going to get stable these days. It had seen some lackluster growth in the past, and from here on we're expecting some stability, and it is growing around a fair 9 to 10% on a year-on-year basis. The other part is the strong execution in the pipeline and the railway segment, and that business is growing very well. The order book out there is fairly good. The margins there though is a little lower, but then the order book is quite huge, which will give a good PAT growth for the company. The other thing, which is because in the KALPATARU Power on a consolidated basis, the debt is always a concern for the company, and for which the management is taking the right steps. There are plans for monetizing some of its transmission assets, and getting through the proceeds will be utilized in paying off the debt. So on the consolidated basis, we'll see debt coming down. Plus, they are expanding geographically. They have done acquisition in the past. Past 2-3 months, we have seen an acquisition. The proceeds arising out of the sale of transmission, some of the transmission assets, will be utilizing further acquisitions in geographic areas where the company is still not having any presence. So all in all, the order book currently stands at around 14,000 crore, which is 2 times the trailing 12 months sales. So entire balance sheet picture of KALPATARU Power, the consolidated balance sheet should be in a much better shape given by the year end FY20. So balance sheet strengthening as well as the growth momentum continuing is the rationale behind KALPATARU Power as an investment bet.
All right, Vineeta, thanks very much for joining in with your top investment ideas. So we have Britannia, L&T as well as KALPATARU, 3 names to keep on your radar. Top investment ideas coming in there from Vineeta Sharma of Narnolia Financial Advisors. Well, let's put focus